Hello everyone to the 1.0 release of Shapez 2. I have been playing this game for quite a long time now, and finally the full release of the game has finally released. So let's play. There's a bunch of new game mechanics, and the main gameplay loop is actually not completely, but it is quite different from what used to be before. So let's make a new game. I will make a certification, just as a start for me to explain to you how everything works. Welcome to the Operator Certification Program. You did register, right? Before Vortex Ltd lets you anywhere near a real factory, we need to make sure you know what you're doing. Regulations, you understand? You have one job: deliver the requested shapes as efficiently as possible. Prove your skills and you'll earn your operator license along with access to new technologies. We've provided you with an unlimited amount of buildings to get the job done. Try not to break too many, we still need them for the next participant. Yes. I will not build any spaghetti factories. Hopefully. Oh, there's actually a tutorial? That is quite interesting. There wasn't this here before. Right, we've set up an individual simulation for you. Can't have you mess up our real factories. Not yet anyway. Ooh, fancy. So you guys can see it looks like a spiral. This generation of the world is actually a new type of generation which didn't exist before. This is your Vortex platform. Not much, but you'll unlock more space platforms as you progress. Plenty for now, right? Definitely. See that thing in the center? That's your Vortex. Deliver shapes to it to complete your certification. We've scattered a few shape asteroids around the platform. Due to recent budget cuts, automatic extraction has been discontinued. You need to extract them yourself. Oh no. How dare they? One last tip. Always make sure to error section missing and you'll be just fine. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Oh, there's new icons here. Interesting. Yeah, I know. I will skip the tutorial. Let's build what the game wants us to. Oops. Wait, I actually have forgotten the controls. I see. Whoa, we're so good at this game. Open the codex in the top right. Yeah, it's just tutorials. Can move my camera, I can make fancy shots. This could be the thumbnail. Now we need to make half destroyers. This is quite a bit more unique than what it was before. Okay, yes. So I guess we need to give the vortex quarters of a shape. And what's basically happening here is this machine is cutting the west half of the shape, then it's rotating it 90 degrees, and then it's cutting the west half again. Ooh, red squares. Let's just do one for now. And as you can see, if I choose, for example, the rotator, this number here tells me how many machines I need to build of that type to fully saturate the belt so that there aren't any stutters. Here it's 2, but here on the half destroyer is 3, hence we make 3 half destroyers. Oh, 2 new jobs. I will now be stacking stuff. Okay, let's make some shapes. Okay, I'm going to reroute this. How many of these do I need actually? 6. Just like this. And then at the bottom we'll put some squares. These are stackers. They stack a shape they receive on the top floor with a shape that is on the bottom floor. So now if I take some circles. Move them to the top floor by pressing E and connect them to these stackers. As you can see from the preview of what I'm gonna get, I get a shape on top of another shape. Oh, these are jobs. Previously, these were called side tasks. Now they're called job. Yes, I will need these. So, red square with a blue diamond. Here we have diamonds. Okay, let's make some of these tasks. I can actually pin them using this little pin button. And we can make the same with this shape. We take some circles. Oh, we're ready with this. And now we wait. We'll also need just these straight up. And now we need to cut these for this goal. And we just make a little bend, cut them, and then make them continue on their path. Oh, and I got my first team achievement, which you actually cannot see. Okay, and this now that this is done, I can collect these research points, and I can go to the shop, and I can choose an upgrade. Now the game is telling me to unlock the cutter, which is an extremely versatile upgrade compared to the half destroyer. What the cutter does is, unlike the half destroyer, where it just wastes half the shape, we need 4 cutters. We place 4 cutters, and as you can see, it just splits the shape into 2 separate shapes. However, the unique thing about this is not that I actually have to make 2 separate belts, since the shape basically got doubled, just like so. And now we have 2 full belts instead of only 1. This one is also done, and we can do up here the same logic. We remove this, we put 4 cutters, we join the same shapes together. It doesn't actually need to be the same shapes. We can just make it like this and then like this, which is easier, but in the future this will not be a good idea, because we will need these shapes for something else, and we will just need to rotate them. As you can see, now we just have to rinse and repeat. Delete everything. This time, however, I'm going to delete everything and rotate all of these guys. And considering you currently don't care, I will just do this. And then, again, we will need 4 cutters for each belt. So, we need 4 for this one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. It works out perfectly for this one. Now, this will be 1 belt, this will be a second one, this would be a third one, and this would be a 4th one. Now, as you can see here, we do have additional floors. We currently haven't unlocked the 3rd floor, but we do have a 3rd floor. And from these floors, we can also send items to the ever-hungry vortex. And also, let's make the same for this one. Well, that's cooking. Like so. Let's add another layer of red to this one. We just need more red squares. And since this needs to be on the bottom floor, we just need to do something like this. Get some stackers. And then raise this up a floor. And there we have it. Now we can unlock the next milestone, so to say. It seems there's 4 milestones for the operator license. So while everything here is happening, let's unlock this. You're gonna need, okay. Wow. Now I can copy and paste stuff, even though I was able to do it before. This I need to cut once again. Okay, and now we need to make these diagonal pieces, which we need to just connect this to this and this to this. This is ready, and also this. I will have to actually make the same thing for these as for these. Also, when we unlocked that new milestone, we also unlocked new jobs. However, let's focus on our jobs that we are currently doing. We need to get another blue diamond, so just another belt of this, on top of this one. So we just place 6 of these. And here we go. This is the end of this job. And everything is just getting completed non-stop. As you can see, this milestone we have done, and we don't really need a shape like this anymore. We will need both of them to make this. But for now, we can just free up space by mass deleting this whole place. And just cutting this. Okay, I need to make a good blueprint for this. I do have my old blueprints. However, as you can see, these are outdated, so they might break. Send them on to the vortex. Now, usually, the best way to approach these tasks, along with the jobs, is to focus on the milestones, and while the milestones are being completed, to do jobs in the meantime. Now that this is done, as you can see, the main jobs, the main milestones I mean, aren't doing anything currently. So I will focus on them. And this will be done in a bit, and we can free up a whole belt of red squares for here. And it's now making the required operator shape. Milestone, I should say. And as you can see, this shape requires this prior shape. This is how usually these milestones work. They have 2 paths of shapes, which eventually you combine. While we wait for this, I guess we can cut this into halves. I will in fact make this a blueprint, Control S as in save. I will say early game cutting. I will put a cutting icon and I'll save it. And now that this is done, you just need to transport these to here. We need some place. We don't actually have that much free space. Oh, this is ready. And now I just need to rotate these once. This should be enough. I need two rotators, however. Yes. And when this gets started, we'll have completed the third milestone. And we'll have only one left until we're done with our operator license. And there it is. And we can unlock the next tier, which unlocks space platforms. And then, if we exit out, we can see that we are but a small speck of dust in this ginormous world. And now, we can make miners. What these things do is basically, as you can see, this starts off with just one bit of shape we get on each of these 4 places, and the more miner boosters we add, the more shapes we get. And we can now connect this to here, for example. So I can just take a stacker, or stacker, no. Or actually I can be fancy and open up my blueprints. There we go. The shape export. Haha. We just place it here and we watch the magic happen. And on this end, we have to connect these 4 belts up to the vortex somehow. In the meanwhile, this is ready, and I can deconstruct this because I am crying for space, but now I actually have space platforms. This I can remove. The initial one we made at the start. As you can see, we have 2,900 credits. We can upgrade something, for example, the amount of vortex inputs, or something different like a trash or a swapper, or a better rotator, or I don't know, a label. However, I guess vortex inputs would be the most useful as of right now. This is done, and we need and there we have it. We also didn't actually unlock new jobs. Okay, so let's focus on our jobs a bit in the meantime. This wants a diamond, which we can easily give it. Okay, we have done this job, so we can remove this, and now we need to make a shape that is missing a quarter. Okay, you can see in such a way how a shape is constructed. You can separate it even more. Okay, this is done. However, as you can see, the way that I have set it up, it is increasingly getting less and less until it stops. There's less and less shapes incoming. Is this what you want? No, what do you want? Ah, it needs to be rotated twice. Yes. So this is because this cutter, in order to function, this needs to be not clogged, and this needs also not to be clogged, but this gets clogged. So what we're gonna do, and this is the lazy solution, is just buy the trash and just trash these. And this way it won't ever get clogged. And there we have it. We click this and we unlock our operator license and we get to claim it. Yeah. Now we get to choose a difficulty. Well done, operator. As a reward, we're upgrading your simulation into a real factory. Pick your preferred mode. Your machines, upgrades, and credits will transfer. That's actually nice. Let's choose regular for right now. This, however, will be the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and to see you in the next one. You can follow me here and check out a video that YouTube thinks you'd like. So yeah, I hope I catch you in the next one. See ya.